Flies. Seemingly insignificant creatures buzzing around our heads with persistent annoyance. But beneath their seemingly harmless facade lies a darker reality. These insects, often dismissed as mere pests, harbor secrets that might make you think twice the next time one lands on your picnic basket, from the glistening, iridescent sheen of their wings to the intricate patterns on their compound eyes. Flies are marvels of nature. Yet their very existence is intertwined with decay, disease, and a relentless drive to reproduce. Join us now as we venture into the unseen world of flies, exploring the reasons why these creatures evoke such visceral reactions in humans. Their tiny feet, coated with microscopic hairs, act as landing pads for an invisible world of pathogens. Bacteria, viruses, parasites all hitch a ride on these unsuspecting couriers. With each step they take, flies transfer these microscopic dangers onto our food, our surfaces, even our own skin. Cholera, typhoid, dysentery, a litany of diseases all carried by these seemingly insignificant creatures. Their very presence in our homes, a silent alarm bell, a reminder that even in the comfort of our own walls, we are not immune to the threats of the natural world. And as we encroach further into their habitats, the delicate balance tips and the risks of transmission grow ever stronger. While not all flies bite, those that do inflict more than just a momentary sting. The tsetse fly, a denizen of the African savanna, carries within its bite the parasite responsible for sleeping sickness, a debilitating and often fatal disease. In South America, the sandfly spreads leishmaniasis, leaving behind disfiguring lesions and a legacy of suffering. And let us not forget the humble mosquito, a type of fly responsible for more human deaths than any other animal on Earth. These are not mere inconveniences, but serious threats to human health, particularly in areas with limited access to healthcare. Each bite is a gamble, a roll of the dice with potentially devastating consequences. Imagine, if you will, a world without boundaries, where every surface is a potential feeding ground. This is the reality for a fly. Their taste buds, far less discerning than our own, revel in the things we find most repulsive. Feces, carrion, rotting fruit, delicacies to a fly, each offering a banquet of nutrients. But this insatiable hunger comes at a cost, for these unsavory meals leave their mark on the fly's body. Their legs, their mouth parts, even their digestive system become coated in a film of bacteria, a potent cocktail of disease just waiting to be spread, and so they buzz from one disgusting feast to the next, leaving a trail of contamination in their wake. Chapter 4: The Silent Spread of Superbugs. In the relentless arms race between medicine and disease, a new enemy emerges: antibiotic-resistant bacteria. These superbugs, impervious to our most potent drugs, pose a growing threat to global health. And flies, those ubiquitous carriers of microscopic life, play a chilling role in their spread. Studies have shown that flies can harbor and transmit antibiotic-resistant bacteria, acting as airborne vectors for these deadly pathogens. From hospitals to farms, they move unseen, spreading these superbugs with every landing, every contact. The very creatures we swat away without a second thought could be carrying the next pandemic, a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of all living things. Chapter 5. The buzz that haunts our dreams, that incessant buzzing, a high-pitched whine that grates on our nerves and disrupts our peace. It's a sound that has haunted humanity for millennia, a constant reminder of their presence in our lives. In literature and folklore, the fly's buzz is often associated with death, decay, and the ephemeral nature of life. Think of the plague doctors, their beaked masks a chilling symbol of mortality, the buzzing of flies a constant companion to their grim work. Or consider the phrase "dropping like flies," a macabre idiom that speaks to the swiftness and indiscriminateness of death. The fly's buzz, a sound that echoes through our collective consciousness, a harbinger of unease and a reminder of our own mortality. Chapter 6: Born in filth, drawn to decay. From the moment they hatch, flies are immersed in a world of decay. Maggots, those writhing white larvae, emerge from eggs laid in rotting flesh, feces, and other unsavory substances. Their world is a grotesque symphony of putrefaction, a constant reminder of the cycle of life and death. And as they mature, This attraction to decay only deepens. Drawn by the scent of decomposition, they seek out the things we find most repulsive. Their senses attuned to the chemical signals of death and decay. Their very presence is a reminder of the impermanence of all things, a living embodiment of the entropy that governs the universe. Chapter 7. A Plague of Plenty. A single fly, seemingly insignificant, can lay hundreds of eggs in its short lifespan. And from those eggs, a new generation emerges, ready to repeat the cycle of feeding, breeding, and spreading disease. Their reproductive capabilities are staggering, a testament to their evolutionary success, but this abundance comes at a cost, for it is this very trait that makes them such a nuisance, such a threat. Imagine, if you will, a world overrun by flies, their buzzing a constant din, their bodies a teeming mass covering every surface. It's a dystopian vision, a nightmare scenario that highlights the delicate balance we strive to maintain with the natural world. Chapter 8. Chaos in motion. Their flight patterns, erratic and unpredictable, seem to defy the laws of physics. One moment they're hovering, the next they're darting away with astonishing speed. This unpredictable movement, a source of frustration and annoyance, is part of what makes flies so difficult to control. They flit around our heads, landing on our food, interrupting our conversations. Their presence a constant reminder that we are not alone. Their flight is a dance of chaos, a whirlwind of motion that disrupts our sense of order and control, and in their erratic movements, we catch a glimpse of the wildness that lurks beneath the surface of our domesticated lives. Chapter 9. Drawn to the macabre. Why are flies so drawn to the things we find most repulsive? Is it a simple matter of survival, a need to exploit every available food source? Or is there something deeper at play, a connection to the darker aspects of the natural world that we find both fascinating and repellent? Perhaps it is this very duality, this ability to evoke both disgust and intrigue, that makes flies such enduring symbols in our art, literature, and mythology. Chapter 10. A universal symbol of disgust. Across cultures and throughout history, flies have been associated with filth, disease, and death. In ancient Egypt, they were seen as agents of chaos, while in Christianity they are often depicted as symbols of sin and decay. This universal aversion to flies is more than just a cultural construct. It is deeply ingrained in our psyche, a primal response to a creature that represents a threat to our health and well-being. Their presence evokes a visceral reaction, a deep-seated disgust that transcends language and cultural barriers. And so we swat, we spray, we trap in a never-ending battle to keep these unwelcome guests at bay. Outro. The enduring legacy of flies, those buzzing, flitting creatures that have plagued humanity since the dawn of time. They are more than just a nuisance, more than just a pest. They are a reflection of our own mortality, a reminder of the delicate balance between order and chaos, life and death. Their presence in our world is a testament to their adaptability, their resilience, their ability to thrive in the face of adversity, and while we may never fully escape their presence, we can learn to appreciate the role they play in the grand tapestry of life. For in the end, flies are an integral part of the natural world, and their story is inextricably